What are the best video editing softwares to edit gaming videos for YouTube? And I'm talking completely free as well. So no watermarks or any of that crap. In this video, I'm going to be going over my favorites, and I'm going to be listing their features, pros, cons, and we'll also be looking at their user layout or user interface so you can decide which one is the best for you. Good day, a look here. I'm a video game and YouTube enthusiast. I just happen to be YouTube certified as well, and this channel is dedicated to helping you grow your gaming channel on YouTube. I upload a new video every Saturday, so feel free to subscribe. Now, you can probably hear this. I'm actually a little bit sick at the moment, but I still wanted to get this video out for you guys, so I apologize for the stuffy sounding audio. One of the most common questions I get asked by people who are looking at starting YouTube channels is, what video editing software should I use? Do I need a paid one? Do I need a free one? Can I get away with using a free video editing software and still have good quality looking videos? Well, the answer is yes, you can, but you need to use the right one because there's so many out there, and most of them are pretty crap. However, in this video, I'm going to be going over a bunch of programs that you want to use. They have no watermarks. They're powerful enough to edit complex gaming videos. Most of them actually handle 4K. They've been tried and tested by multiple members of the community, and I think you're going to love them. We'll have a look at the user interface so you can decide which one you like, because obviously if it's got a nice user interface that you enjoy spending time in, that you doesn't feel cluttered, it's going to enhance your editing experience. And at the end of this video, I'm also going to show you some of the paid editing softwares that I would recommend if you start finding that these free ones aren't enough for you, which I doubt that'll be the case because most of them have pretty much everything you need. But hey, that's another option for you. So without further ado, let's get into this. So the first program we're going to look at is Shortcut. Now, Shortcut is probably one of the most common free video editing softwares out there, and it's available for pretty much every operating system. The main benefits of Shortcut is probably its just versatility and how many different platforms it works on. So let's have a look at the user interface now, and so we can decide whether it's right for you or not. So here you can see this is the default user interface. Basically up here we have the media pool, we have the preview window, and down below we have our timeline, which is where our video tracks will be. Right off the bat, you can see that the preview windows and source projects and trimmers or whatever take up a lot more room than the actual timeline, or more room than they do in most programs. But apart from that, it's pretty similar to pretty much every other editing program out there in terms of the layout and where things are. Next is Hilm Express. Now, Hilm Express is different to Hilm. Hilm is a paid version of Hilm Express, but basically the Express version has pretty much everything you need. It's basically geared towards getting you in so that you actually enjoy the software and whatever. Then they're hoping you're going to pay the $100 or whatever to upgrade later on. So yes, they are always subtly trying to get you to upgrade, but you can really get out some pretty high quality videos without actually paying for the full version. It's available on Windows and Mac. It has a whole bunch of different effects, as you can see, and different whatever benefits and whatever that they have listed in the right hand side. One thing that I will say about HitFilm is it is a lot simpler than a lot of the other editing softwares when it comes down to doing simple tasks. However, if you're going to get into really advanced stuff, you're probably going to want to look at getting something a bit more advanced. Hence where the Hilm version comes in, and that's what they're trying to get you to upgrade to. So, if we have a look at the user layout, so if we have a look at the video layout, it looks similar to pretty much most video editors. As you can see, we got a preview window or trimmer up here. Then we have our Asari that's trimmer up here. Then we've got our preview window over to the right hand side and our tracks down here. This is quite similar to DaVinci Resolve as well, and Premiere as in the style. So if you're coming from one of those programs, you're probably going to find this quite nice to work with. Finally, we have DaVinci Resolve 15. So DaVinci Resolve is probably my favorite out of these programs. It has a ton of different features. Honestly, I can't believe it's free, but it really is completely free. It's probably the most advanced free software on this list, but it's still got a relatively simple layout in my opinion. So it's actually quite easy to learn. Another thing that DaVinci do really well is that Blackmagic Design have some outstanding tutorials when it comes to actually creating their videos. They do show you like 10 different ways to do the same thing, which gets a little bit confusing at times. Like, I really only need to know one. But apart from that, their tutorial series is really good. when we have a look at the layout, it is a little bit different to most other programs. Basically, we'll have this UU edit in like a sequence down the bottom here. You can see we have the different steps that we move through. And this is the edit effect SE, the edit part, which is where you'll probably spend most of your time. It's obviously where you edit. You got your trimmer, your preview window, your media pool up here, effects and timeline obviously as you saw on the other ones. This is a pretty similar layout when it comes to editing software. So first is your media. So this is basically just managing your media, which is not going to be a big deal if you're just editing gaming videos for YouTube. Then you've got your editing tab here. Then you got Fusion, which is basically for advanced video effects. Then you can move into color, which is actually for color grading and making your content look really nice. You're probably not going to do a lot of this unless you're filming like really high quality cinematic shots, or you just want to adjust the face cam values and you're using a face cam. But it's handy to have. And then Fairlight, which is audio editing, which is super important because audio is such a massive deal on YouTube. I say as I'm recording a video about editing softwares with a massive cough and cold. But yeah, basically those are the 3 editing softwares I would recommend. As you can probably tell, I like DaVinci the best. But obviously, this is just personal preference. So you can go through, download all 3 of them, try them out, find which one you like, and they are relatively well known. So you're going to be able to find some beginner tutorials pretty easily, no matter which version you try. So thanks for watching. I was not sponsored to say any of this, by the way. And before we end the video, I just want to quickly go over some paid programs. Just to show you guys as well some more options if you want to, take that next level and start buying some software. To be honest, these free programs will do pretty much everything you need if you're just making gaming videos. But if you are looking at moving into some more industry standard editing softwares and looking at progressing your editing, these might be of interest to you. So the first is Adobe Premiere Pro. So you've probably heard of this. It's quite a very powerful editing software. Not many movies are edited on it. It's mainly documentaries and YouTube content and all that, but it's still a very powerful editing software, and it's definitely a good thing to learn if you have the money. The one downside for me is I hate subscription plans. I really like just paying a one-time free fee, and this is a subscription plan. So if you have the Creative Cloud and you've got that subscription and it all works nicely together, that's great. But for me, I don't like subscriptions. So yeah, next is Vegas Pro. So basically Vegas Pro doesn't actually have as much power. Well, I don't think it has as much power as most of these editing programs that we've mentioned, but it is very simple and very quick to use. So that's one of the reasons I like using it. Vegas Pro is actually a favorite amongst YouTubers just because of how simple and quick it is to use, but it is very expensive, as you can see here, almost $700. Finally is Avid. So Avid is pretty much industry standard for editing. You edit movies on Avid. Yeah, if you want to become a professional video editor, I would recommend using Avid. Avid is actually really complicated to use and takes a lot more time than it should when just editing simple YouTube videos. The reason I would recommend using Avid though is if you're looking at getting into video editing down the track, then you're going to have some experience with some industry standard software and you're going to know how to, put stuff together using Avid. Whereas if you're coming from a more simpler program like Sony Vegas and DaVinci like I am, you're going to find it a lot harder. That's just something you want to keep in mind. So I hope you got a lot of value out of this video. I really struggled with selecting a video editor when I was first starting. So make sure you share this video with your YouTuber friends because they might find it helpful too. I'm sure they'd appreciate you thinking of them. I've got a whole bunch of other great videos that related to growing a gaming YouTube channel. So they're going to be up on screen. I recommend you check them out because I also share a ton of great information in them. Once again, I'm sorry about my cold, but I hope this audio turns out okay.